Okay, let's talk about financial advice. It's a world that has totally transformed over the years, and honestly, getting a handle on that change is a huge deal for your financial future. We're going to break down what a modern financial plan really looks like and what you should be looking for in a true financial partner. It really all boils down to this one single question. Is the person you trust with your money just a salesperson, or are they a genuine partner? Believe me, the answer to that changes absolutely everything. So first up, let's dig into this fundamental shift that's happened in financial services. It really is all about this idea of a salesperson versus a partner. Think about it like this. The old way, it was all product-driven. An advisor's main job was often to sell you something, a specific fund, a policy, whatever. It was all about that one transaction. But now, the new way is client-driven. The focus is completely on you, on your needs, and on building a real partnership that's meant to last. And at the heart of this new way of thinking is relationship building. A great advisor today isn't worried about hitting a sales quota. They are focused on earning your trust and figuring out what services actually fit into your life. It's a totally different mindset. Okay, so what does this good advice actually look like in practice? Well, it's about shifting from just reacting and selling you something to proactively planning for your entire life. So why did this huge shift even happen? It really boils down to two big things. First, new regulations kind of push the whole industry to offer more complete, integrated packages. And second, technology. I mean, you can do all the simple stuff yourself on an app now, right? So people are going to advisors for the really complex, big picture questions. And this new approach is what we call a full service offer. It's not about looking at just your investments in a silo. It's about building one integrated strategy that looks at everything: your savings, your insurance, your retirement, your debts, the whole shebang. And it's not a one and done deal. It's a cycle. A good advisor starts by figuring out where you are right now, helps you nail down your goals, builds a strategy you can actually afford, and then finds the right tools. And that last step, the regular review, that is absolutely crucial. All right, let's get even more specific. We're going to walk through the official 6-step process that basically serves as your financial roadmap. The first half of this roadmap is all about laying a solid foundation. It kicks off with just a conversation, an interview to see if you and the advisor are even a good fit. Then they have to gather all the data to get a clear picture of your life. And finally, they analyze all of it to see what you're doing well, where the gaps are, and are your dreams even possible? Now, that data collection isn't just about the numbers. First, there's the qualitative stuff. Think of this as the why behind your money. How do you feel about risk? What are your attitudes about saving or spending? It's the human side of the story. And then, of course, you've got the quantitative data. These are the hard numbers, the black and white facts, your income, your debts, your assets, all of it. You absolutely need both the personal story and the financial facts to build a plan that's actually going to work. So, once that foundation is set, the last 3 steps are all about putting that plan into motion. Your advisor will recommend specific strategies tailored to you. Then you'll work together to implement them. And, I'm going to say it again because it's so important, you'll schedule those regular reviews to make sure you stay on track. You know, this brings us to a really key point about your goals themselves. Just saying, I want to be comfortable, isn't a goal, it's a wish. Your goals need to be specific and measurable, like down to the dollar amount. You got to rank them because, hey, money is finite. You need a timeline, and the strategy has to match how much risk you're personally okay with. But here's the thing, and this is so important. A financial plan is not something you carve in stone and file away in a drawer. It's a living, breathing guide that has to change right along with your life. Because, I mean, let's be real. Life happens, right? It's always changing. A plan that can't roll with the punches or adapt to new opportunities just isn't going to cut it. So, when do you need to sit down and revisit this thing? Well, you should do it at least once a year, for sure. But you absolutely need to check in when one of life's big moments happens. A baby is born, you get married, you change jobs. Heck, even big shifts in the economy, like interest rates going crazy, are a great reason to call your advisor and make sure your plan is still solid. Okay, let's wrap this up with maybe the most empowering part. What you should expect, no, what you should demand from any financial advisor you work with. Knowing this stuff is your power. Think of this as your non-negotiable checklist. They have to have integrity, period. They need to be professional, which means they know their stuff and they keep learning. Your information must be confidential. They have to be objective, meaning they recommend what's best for you, not what pays them the highest commission. And finally, they have to be diligent. They need to do their homework on anything they suggest to you. So we'll end with this. After seeing what a modern client-first financial plan looks like, I want you to really think about your own situation. Are you just buying products from a salesperson? Or are you building a real long-term strategy with a partner you trust? Is your financial journey truly on the right path for you?